Hello everyone and welcome back to La Vida Football. My name is Luis Laureano. I am a UEFA B licensed coach from California. I currently live and coach in Germany. So today we're going to talk about the 4-4-2 diamond advantages and disadvantages. So I hope you guys are ready. Let's take a look here at our formation. So we'll start with the advantages. So one of the advantages, or the biggest advantages of the 4-4-2, is that it's very attack minded, meaning you're actually constantly trying to find a numerical advantage or build or create a numerical advantage with this type of formation. So a lot of top teams use it because you have the ability, or the possibility I should say, to create diamonds in different parts of the field. So here we have diamond there, for example, and we can actually continue to build those diamonds throughout the field. So if you have players that can move well, that can hold the ball, that can do well on a 1-versus-1, and if you have a left and right wing back that are willing to put in that work and are able to cover the space that is left from having so many players in the middle, then you can have a successful usage of this formation. But there's a key element, and that's this player right here, our number 10, or our playmaker. It's important to have a playmaker in this formation, otherwise this whole thing just kind of falls apart. So this player should be one that can hold the ball, that can essentially build play, and a player that necessarily is free to move around and create as they essentially build from this type of formation. But yeah, it's important to have a playmaker, and what that causes is that it causes the two strikers to be really wide out, and these players typically are really good dribblers. So that's something that you can definitely exploit if you have these type of players. You can take advantage of 1-versus-1 situations, and a lot of the time these players have the ability to be able to get past these players to either get a shot or to cross it in to the number 10 or to the other striker on the other side. So those are some things that are important and things that you need to consider if you use the 4-4-2. Okay, let's continue with advantages with the 4-4-2. So with this formation, because it's so attack-minded, it's already kind of organized for teams to do counter-pressing. Okay, so what counter-pressing is that as soon as you lose the ball, you go into an attack-minded defensive approach. So you go in full attack to the opponent and try to recover the ball as soon as possible, which is an advantage because if you manage, for example, to recover the ball here in transition from offense to defense. Now, let's say this midfielder wins the ball. You're already so far high up the field that it's essentially an advantage for you to actually lose the ball and recover it right away. Now, while teams are not typically losing the ball on purpose just to recover it, it could be a tactical move to kind of drop a few, not drop a few, but to allow the attackers to pressure lightly for a second so that their attackers so some players can move away, and then you apply the pressure. But that is a rare circumstance. That's if you cannot recover the ball right away. But if you do recover the ball right away, the advantage is that you're so far up that you can, attack and use the movements to score a goal. Okay, so counter-pressing, very important. Numerical advantages, you try to build them with all the with all the triangles that are available with this formation. And essentially, it's important that you have the type of players to do this. Okay, so that being said, we're going to move into the disadvantages. So if we go back to this formation, if you take a look at the opponents in this case, they are organized or set up at a 4-2-3-1. So with the 4-2-3-1, we're using this just because a lot of teams nowadays are using this against the diamond, just because of what it offers to the teams on the outsides or on the wings. Okay, so here with the diamond, you have a numerical advantage in the center, right? So you have a 3 versus 4 here, which is not something that you want if you're the pink team in this example. So that is something that is very, very good for the 4-4-2 diamond, is that you really can take advantage of recovering the ball in the center of the field. But what that does is that it allows space on the outside. Okay, so now here, if you lose the ball and you don't manage to win it back right away, here the right wing has a lot of opportunity to dribble up the field and take advantage of all this open space that is left because of the lack of width that this formation offers. Of course, with the 4-4-2 diamond, you want this space so that if you recover the ball, you too can move up. But just like you want that space to move up, the opponents can also exploit that same space to attack on your goal. Okay, so that is something of a bit of a disadvantage. Another disadvantage is for teams to use or employ the 4-4-2 diamond without the proper players. So now this is a situation where if you're a coach and you've seen Barcelona play and you've seen Bayern Munich play and they're using this 4-4-2 formation, and you want to play like them, that could essentially just be unfair to your players, and you shouldn't do it unless you do have the players that can perform these tasks. That you have a number 10, very important that you have that player there available to be able to create and to be able to handle pressure, because this number 10, if you can take a look here, essentially is surrounded by 4 players, right? So it's important that you have a player that can handle that type of pressure, that amount of pressure in that part of the field, especially if you've built so much to get to that position. Okay, so that's a big disadvantage with the 4-4-2 diamond, is that you need specific type of players, a particular type of player to be able to, not just one, but to fill in the full formation, right? And with the 4-4-2, the back line tends to push up. So that can also be a bit of a disadvantage because as you're attacking and you're pushing your whole back line up, that's going to leave a large amount of space here, which will require your goalkeeper to kind of come out a little bit more than the typical goalkeeper. But nowadays the goalkeeper is coming out. For example, Manuel Neuer is a big pioneer in the goalies coming out. So far up the field. So those are some advantages and disadvantages. Just a few things to consider. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to drop those in the comment section below. I'm happy to help. And remember to subscribe, guys. Remember to subscribe and just follow La Vida Football. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Find me on La Vida Football, and I'm excited to communicate with you guys, to connect with you guys. If you guys use the 4-4-2 and you guys would like to share that with me, just let me know. Let me know if you're using the 4-4-2, and if let me know, do you change on defense, right? Do you change the 4-4-2 diamond to a 4-4-2 flat on defense, or do you do something else? Let me know. I am willing to hear I'm willing to hear what you guys have to say. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video once again. I'll see you guys soon.